Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wrestlelamia, back with another episode. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know, including uncertainty about Raw's runtime on Netflix, has Kevin Owens already signed a new deal with WWE, NXT Superstar expected back soon, a prototype ECW championship belt unveiled, and more. Continued doubts about Raw's runtime on Netflix. Topping today's news is the question about Raw's runtime when it moves to Netflix on 6 January. Is Raw returning to its 3-hour format following the recent shift to 2 hours as the show winded down its run on the USA Network? Or does the WWE have something else planned? Raw's Netflix debut is just 2 weeks away, but rumor has it that it's still unknown just what the show's runtime will be. Fightful Select recently reported, when speaking to talent who were at the last WWE Raw before Christmas, talent weren't told exactly how long WWE Raw would be on Netflix. When Fightful is asked over the last number of months, we haven't gotten an answer. One source inside WWE did note that Netflix has no hard outs, and it appears there will be plenty of flexibility. You may recall previous whisperings that the WWE planned to book whatever amount of time it felt was needed on a week-by-week basis. However, as we'll see, there are at least 2 reasons why the show may be 3 hours regularly. As Wrestlelamia noted in a previous news video, the WWE and Netflix plan to release the show's ratings via the Nielsen ratings service. This makes sense as the WWE seems confident that the Red brand will bring in big numbers for Netflix, and the word going around is that the WWE plans to bring in some big names to become part of the show, chief among them the original Bloodline. If the WWE can deliver the ratings that it and Netflix are looking for, it would make sense to run Raw at 3 hours, as it means Netflix can make more money off advertisers. Unlike Raw's run under Vince McMahon, Triple H has improved storytelling to the point where fans enjoy the extra hour of Raw. Indeed, the recent loss of an hour on the Red brand has been frustrating for some WWE superstars. Fightful Select is reporting, I have spoken to talent since the move back to 2-hour Raws that had voiced some frustrations about not being able to get on TV, but as of today, talent have not been told the length of WWE Raw. The rumored influx of more talent such as the Bloodline could lead to undercard talent getting shortchanged on TV time. The WWE could remedy this by moving some undercard talent to SmackDown, which is expanding to 3 hours beginning in January, but the USA Network may not be thrilled with getting undercard talent to replace prime superstars. Whatever the case, fans will have a better idea come January. Kevin Owens close to signing a new deal? Kevin Owens' WWE contract is believed to end sometime in early 2025, which has fans wondering whether KO's current main event push is being used to persuade him to re-up with WWE, or evidence he's already put pen to paper. Fightful Select's Sean Ross Sapp recently commented on the contract situation on his podcast. I haven't been outright told that he signed a new contract, but it's safe to assume at this point. While nothing can be assumed in wrestling, Kevin did share some light on things during a chat with the Daily Mail's Alex McCarthy and Michael Pavitt. KO was asked if he'll be a part of the WWE's 2025 European tour, and he responded, I don't think anything is sorted for those shows yet. Obviously, knowing WWE and knowing how important this is being made for everyone here, this is clearly a big deal to them. Hitting all these European towns and cities back to back for 3 weeks in a row with TV there and big live events, it is a big deal. If Owens does sign a new deal, it sounds like he'll be there, as he told the Daily Mail. Everyone in Europe that are going to hit those shows can be assured the top stars are going to be there. It's going to be an epic thing. The way it's being prioritized by WWE internally, from what I can tell, it is kind of like WrestleMania before WrestleMania in a lot of ways. When asked what he's looking for in a new contract, Owens answered, I just want to be happy, but I can't tell you what that means exactly because I don't actually know it either. I just want to feel fulfilled. There is a lot that goes into that. It is more intricate than we have time to get into. Fulfillment presumably could mean another run with a world championship and or a constant presence in the main event. Then again, it could be a check with a lot of zeros in it. KO has the clout to sign anywhere he wants, but given his many years in the WWE, he may not want to move anywhere. At age 40, Kevin has plenty of years left in his career if he can avoid any serious injuries, and this includes several years in the main event. Where would you like to see Kevin Owens wrestle if he doesn't sign a new WWE deal? WWE champion cuts move from his arsenal. Don't expect to see the War Raiders' Ivar performing any suicide dives. Ivar, who recently won the WWE World Tag Team Championships with Eric, spoke with Chris Van Vliet about his previous neck injury and how it caused him to stop using the move. "I've had to rethink about how I work in the ring. It's natural to know how to edit things and to make it seem like I am not editing things. I'm still giving the crowd what they want to see without doing the suicide dive. That's the only move I've cut from everything because that's what caused the initial neck injury." The War Raiders are a remarkably agile team for two big men, which adds an extra dimension to their work. Nonetheless, there's no need for them to have to outdo smaller teams based off a high-flying style. Instead, the WWE has seen other big men run into problems trying high-flying moves, such as Damian Priest, who narrowly avoided injury at this year's Clash at the Castle. WWE needs to discuss this situation with its big men and women, not only for their safety, but also to avoid the novelty of some high spots wearing out. Bronson Reed issues dire warning. Big Bronson Reed is currently out of action thanks to an ankle injury he suffered performing a tsunami during the War Games match at Survivor Series. However, that hasn't stopped the monster heel from tweeting fans and WWE talent about what to expect when he returns. "Stellar year for me in WWE. I broke hearts, rings, bones, cars, walls, and humans. I promise you, this is nothing compared to what I bring when I'm back from my injury. It's gonna be a while, but don't forget who the fuck I am. The great wave of death known as the tsunami is only rising." Reed did have a fantastic year in 2024, both with his feud against Seth Rollins, his mini-program against Braun Strowman, and his brief alliance with Solo Sikoa's bloodline. Some fans believe there are big things ahead for Reed, including championship gold wherever he ends up competing. AEW star suffers another injury. Sometimes it seems as if there's no rhyme or reason to injuries in wrestling, as seen by the recent announcement that AEW star Bandito, who recently returned from a wrist injury, is sidelined again. The Wrestling Observer newsletter's Dave Meltzer is reporting, "We're told Bandito did suffer a concussion Friday night from landing on the back of his head doing a missile dropkick after the Chris Jericho win over Matt Cardona. Obviously, Jericho versus Bandito was scheduled in an ROH title match at some point. With concussions, you don't know what it means as far as how long someone will be out of action. While some fans and pundits believe that today's high-flying style makes injuries more likely, there's always an element of bad luck. Whatever the reason for Bandito's injury, it's unfortunate, and Wrestlelamia wishes the talented luchador a fast and full recovery." NXT Talent recovering from injury. Speaking of injuries, good news for NXT talent Javier Bernal, as Bernal tweeted a hint that he's returning soon. Ravens recalled that Bernal broke his foot in several places during an NXT Level Up bout last June. Consequently, he required surgery and was expected to be out for around 6 months. According to Ravens, the injury occurred during the match where he and Drake Moreau put over Duke Hudson and Riley Osborne of Chase U before being sidelined. He seemingly suffered the injury while trying to catch Osborne on a dive in that bout. He underwent surgery in June. Javier's tweet shows him running the ropes, which is usually a good sign that a wrestler is working for their in-ring return. There are several top WWE talents expected back soon, including Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. Flair spent most of 2024 recovering from an injury suffered in December 2023, while Lynch has been enjoying time off since her WWE contract expired in June. WWE unveils Unreleased Championship Belt. Last but not least, a fascinating story for CM Punk fans and wrestling belt aficionados, as the WWE's YouTube channel WWE Vault unveiled a version of the ECW Championship that was designed to be presented to CM Punk during his run in the WWE's version of ECW. NoDQ.com's Aaron Rift commented on the video, "The title would have been designed circa 2007 while Punk was the ECW champion. Punk ended up losing the title to Chavo Guerrero Jr. in January of 2008. What do you think of this title belt? Let us know in the comments below." Well guys, there you have it, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Leave your comments below and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram and X. And I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.